Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett and Nemo Van Devender here at Parnassus Books, and we're having a little separation anxiety today, both of us, because I'm going on a trip, but Nemo's going to be great. How do you leave? That's what I want to know. How do you leave? Okay, so where am I going? I'm going to visit my friends in Canada, the sovereign nation of Canada, full of people we love and respect. One of them is Julie from Ottawa, and this is Julie's dog, Winnie, who is a trained guide dog. Thanks, Julie. We really enjoyed seeing Winnie. Couple of things I want to tell you. Even though this is Elise's job and not my job, I want to say that Patrick Ryan's novel, Buckeye, is so brilliant, and he is my best friend, and he is going to be here in conversation with me on September 4th. Please sign up for this. I want it to be a sold-out event. You have no idea how huge this book is going to be. The stars of publishing have aligned, and this thing is going to steamroller the country, if not the world. And if you come to the event, you are going to feel so in the know. I would also like to ask you to sign up for the Kiran Desai event. She won the Booker in 2006, and now she is on the list to win the Booker this time. And that book is called The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. She is going to be here in conversation with me on September 24th. I'm doing so many events, but those are two events that I want to be full. So be there or be square. Those books are so brilliant. Okay. You know how I feel about books about nature, but especially really cute, tiny ones. Bird watching, press pause and admire the avian world, and tree hugging. I wish I had glasses on. Seek wisdom in the forest. Okay. So now there are people in the back and they're having their moment and they're talking to one another. Books, little books. I'm back on game. All right, Ruth. I don't know anything about this book. It's by Kate Riley, but there are sheep on the cover, and it is the most beautifully designed book I've seen in a long time. Sheep, Ruth. And it has very, very good blurbs from Nell Zink and Jenny Offal and Joshua Cohen. So I'm pitching for that. I picked this up, Primal Intelligence, Angus Fletcher, because the subtitle is You're Smarter Than You Know. Okay, just let that sink in for a minute. How to Be a Saint by Kate Sidley, with an introduction by Stephen Colbert. I was just in the back reading it, and it's all the things that you need to do to be a saint, and all questions answered, like, can my dog be a saint? Saint Bernard, I think you could. Here Comes the Sun by Bill McKibben. It's about climate crisis and how it can be averted with solar panels, and he's darn cheerful about it, and I would like somebody to be darn cheerful about the climate. So Bill McKibben, that's great. And love this classical mythology of the constellations, timeless tales of the starry night sky, and you just look up the different constellations and it tells you the story, what Zeus was doing. I think this is super. I'm getting this from my husband. All right, Lindsay, what you got?
This morning I accidentally cosplayed as Ann Patchett, so that's fun. For those keeping track at home, this is 3 weeks in a row that Ann and I have matched. You'll be out of town next week, though.
What will you wear?
You have to call me from Canada and tell me. Anyways, 2 biographies, long overdue, out today that I'm so excited about. We have a 600-plus page biography of James Baldwin, and also a trim little biography of Octavia Butler. This is the first biography of James Baldwin in 3 decades. Incredible. It specifically focuses on his relationships, both mentors, lovers, friends, and how they shaped his writing and his worldview. And then this one is Positive Obsession, which is a biography of Octavia Butler, one of our most important sci-fi writers. And it looks at her world and how the things she lived through shaped her fiction. Feels topical and a little bit pertinent. Also, over in sci-fi fantasy, we have a new Charlie Jane Anders, Lessons in Magic and Disaster. I'm not normally much of a sci-fi fantasy reader, but this one involves a PhD student and like an ancient magical book, and that is extremely my jam, so I'm excited to check this one out. I love to get a shout out to poetry. Out in paperback today, Jane Hirschfield, The Asking. I love her poetry, and now it's in a trim paperback form. Pick up some poetry today. Pick up this one. And over in the Department of Sprayed Edges, we have a new release of Emily Henry, The People We Meet on Vacation. This book was only released in paperback, so if you want to add a hardcover to your shelf, honestly, it's got beautiful vintage vibes. It's really pretty. Pick it up. I also love this book in general. And kicking it over to Elise.
Hey, thanks, Lindsay. So I got the Stripes menu. I got it.
We order our outfits
I got
off
the menu, and you know what's on the menu? Stripes. My favorite. Mine are just going in a different direction, but they're still tasty and fabulous, I gotta say. I was just talking to Nemo about Patrick Ryan, Buckeye. I love this book so much, and I am so excited. And Anne and Patrick, you just have to witness it, so I'm gonna see you there. And really, go ahead and sign up, because this will fill up, and then you'll say, how did I miss that? Tomorrow, oh, listen, I also want to shout out Martha and Anne from Massachusetts. They were so great. And I met them at the store, and I just want to give them a big old shout out, and they watch, and all of you are watching, so thanks to all of you. The Colonel and the King, Peter Goralnik. This is filled up. He's in conversation with Ann Powers. I'm sorry if you're on the wait list or you're hoping to be on the wait list. We've had Peter so many times. He's such a great writer. This is, two icons. There's lots of research. There are tons of pictures. It's fabulous. Hopefully, you can get a signed copy. Maybe you can't come to the event, but you can get a signed copy. And then on Thursday, Solare Gentile, and we're thrilled to have her. This is her new book, Five Found Dead. A mystery writer and his sister goes on the Orient Express. It's so much fun. This is Thursday. And then Friday, we have an evening picture book event. And this is Dorena Williams. She's a fabulous local author. This is Every Breath, Every Blessing, Finding Hope on Tough Days. And who doesn't want to find hope on tough days? And then Saturday, of course, we have the great story time and the fabulous Parnassus staff. We've got Allie and Hannah. And speaking of fabulous Parnassus staff, let's turn it over to Rayanne.
Thanks, Elise. Hi, everyone. One of my favorite picture books of the fall comes out today. It's Aggie and the Ghost by Matthew Forsythe. I love a good ghost picture book. Aggie moves into a house that's haunted by a ghost who doesn't follow the rules. So they decide to have an epic tic-tac-toe battle to see who gets the house. Ellie Has a Secret by Amelia Both. Ellie takes a shell from her classroom. It doesn't belong to her, and her secret keeps growing until she takes her power back. It's Taco Night by Megan Maynor and Estrella Lorenco. The Taco Night thinks every night should be Taco Night, but then maybe the variety is the spice of life. Sophie Henn's I Hate Everything. It's about a ghost who hates everything until his friend just shows him there's always things to love. In middle grade, Into the Wild Magic by Michelle Knudsen. This is a standalone fantasy for two girls who go through a portal where there are unicorns and magic. Graphic novel fans, Stuart Gibbs' Space Case is out in graphic novel today. And I love a good board book adaptation. If You Find a Leaf by Amy Sakura. If You Find a Leaf was a Sprout book club pick a couple of years ago, and now it's a board book. I love it. All right, that's it. Take a look at these on the new releases page. Check out my Bookem tee. Thanks for listening.